Welcome back to Workers and Resources. Last time we constructed our meat production area with the accompanying settlement Sasalis, taking crops directly from our grain storage silo, putting them into our livestock farm, through our slaughterhouse into meat storage, and I think this time it's ready to that we will run it full and actually start exporting meat. If we want to, we can increase production a little bit by adding one more residential building, but right now it's okay. We can have up to 50 workers here. Otherwise, no real complaints in this area. Looking fairly good. Also, we unlocked prefab panel buildings and the prefab panel production line. So we now have the option to make our own prefab panels if we want to. And build more residential structures if we want to. And that's pretty good. I was thinking of replacing the buildings in Zezhov, because I still believe somehow that they are to blame for the low loyalty in this area. Even though I don't really have proof for it, I do know, or I do think to know that low loyalty seems to be affecting the happiness significantly in this area. And maybe the housing quality is to blame. So maybe I should just build some different flats of similar capacity for the residential buildings over here. And change things up a bit. It would also allow me to put way more buildings in this area. If I wanted more people living here. But yeah, in general, I might just try out some flats of higher quality. Because the quality right now is 76 or 78 in these. It might be a bit low. Could relocate all the people out of here, start demolishing the houses and then building new ones and moving the people back in, and I think that's exactly what I will do. If I can find a place where I can move them into. Otherwise I might just have to build a house first before I start relocating them in there, but I think we should have room to relocate them. Especially since we had a heating issue recently. That left us with a decent amount of room to relocate people into. So one building at a time, I think. And if it then fixes the issue, then we know that we should stick probably with like 80 plus quality flats. To not run too low. Yeah. Let's see if we can get things to work here. We can replace the buildings one to one. Give them a little bit more space for footpaths. Nothing special needed here. that finishes the demolition already. We're also slowly repaying our loans. Very slowly. But now that most construction tasks are stopped, things are actually being repaid. And we are having a good amount of income. We also don't have to import any meat. And that means more profit, plus the potential export happening soon. Let me just quickly take a look and see that Swidava has now some meat in there in its storage as well. Because this is the local supply for Swidava. We also relocate the dump trucks and concrete mixers in their own construction office, which is much closer than previously. And that should be able to handle any construction a little bit faster. Because as soon as some worker shows up, the vehicles can travel a very short distance and might all get fully loaded before the shift stops for the worker that has arrived there. Previously it was a bit much of a travel distance from up here to down there. And we didn't have a full... we didn't have enough workers to make sure this was running full time. But now we do. The other option I'm thinking of right now is a prison up here. And then supplying workers to these facilities by prison bus. And prison buses are really good for us. They work really well. Looks like we have to replant some trees again. Very good. We'll hold off on consolidating our loans as much as possible. Then we should be able to maybe cut one out by doing so. Okay, now let me also demolish this footpath. So we'll need to open up the room for constructing the latest building. And yeah, let's see if better building quality actually matters. And these ones are not viable if you do not run electronics for your citizen. I'm going to do a quick check to see if I do have all the researches that I would be allowed to do and don't have too many. For that I need to count the settlements that I have in place with actual residential buildings and people living there. So that's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then on the western border we have 2 settlements, Swidava and Carsachstan. So we have 12, which times 2 equals 24 researches. Two, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24. So we have our 24 researchers. What am I planning for next? Still eyeballing the better concrete monuments. Still eyeballing better housing. I think the new style of flats will help a lot. Still maybe now inclined to build the larger town with the medical university up on the hill in the middle of the map. And the task for that would not be much, like mainly being happy, running full on citizens and then distributing it among settlements that are a little bit less happy. That kind of would be the purpose of a larger town with the medical university. And of course giving us access to medical research. Could have another residential structure here. Seems very reasonable to maybe do that. Especially since the people here are really, really stupid. And don't deal with what they should be doing, like selling goods. So we have to make sure that they actually do that. So let's place another residential structure. We'll use one of the larger houses. A little bit of extra heating required, but otherwise it shouldn't be a problem. Yeah, I wouldn't see why we would have an issue with that right now. Just put a road here, put a new house in. That would be almost 200 workers extra. We can still have 100 just for the fire station. We can still have almost 60 for the shopping center. And then the other facilities should make up the fact that, yes, we can probably support such a large house here. So, we'll build it. And the fire station will just have enough enough workers for its vehicles then. Our incinerator is running well, but I still believe that I probably need more waste dumps. I did build 4 extra, just haven't hooked them up yet. So let's do that right now. And now it should start dissipating, I think. They weren't increasing very much anymore. Now they have 4 more. That should be good enough. And at some point we'll have to empty them out, clean them up. And that also reminds me to maybe consider the research for recycling. Because then we could put incinerated waste through a recycling facility and get rid of the construction waste and metallic scrap before we dump it. How is this starting? Yes, we are getting biological waste from these areas. That will increase the amount of fertilizer we will generate. Can't wait to start exporting. If it is as profitable as I thought it would be, from doing a quick bit of math, we should earn a lot of money just from meat. If we can keep up with the production. And we could have more farms with more, like more regular farms with more livestock farms attached elsewhere. Bring the meat here, drop it into the slaughterhouse. Would make us a lot more meat and potentially a lot more export goods. Our import-export construction office needs to be aware of the building, loading at 50% and also being able to unload it at the customs house. And once we have 175 or more, the refrigerated truck will come here and export for about, what was it, 18,000 per truckload, 20,000? 18,000. And we might need one more refrigerated truck, since this seems to be pretty good. Definitely get one more, but then we probably have enough. I don't need to be informed about the heating plant in Vero anymore. It's a small settlement area, it's fine. The first building demolition is done. The footpath has been demolished as well. So let's put in our replacement building with 91% quality flats. After that one is done, we'll relocate everyone from one building over into this. Demolish the next one, build the next one, and do that 2 more times. I'll probably increase the amount of crops produced. If we don't run our grain storage full, we can still extend the farm by about double capacity. And I do have a nice amount of room left to plop down some more stuff. Should upgrade these roads before well, I guess I could make 4 more fields first. That's a little bit too short of a farm, maybe? Appreciate the effort, but that's not enough. That is clipping through the road even. Well, let's wait. Let's see if we actually need more. Right now it looks like it does. But the harvest isn't finished yet. We also want to build new settlements for fabric factories. You are very close to being replaced. A fabric factory would be nice, dealing with our clothing factory fabric consumption and also our vehicle repairs. So we can stop importing that. Would require us to have more crops, of course. And a fabric factory somewhere with a new settlement. But I would welcome some extra research. And then the last thing we need for our citizen goods. What was that? We have coal, food, clothing, fabric, meat, alcohol, There was one more thing. I mean, chemicals would be the one after fabric to deal with water production and fabric production. But I think there was something else. Can't think of it right now. Let's try and clean up this area a bit. It doesn't want to be cleaned up here. Still need more workers in the vehicle factory. Basically need to expand the amount of workers in this area by a lot more. And also the amount of vehicles by a lot more. I think the parking lot is the next thing to start being increased. We'll leave this open. I could remove this footpath potentially and allow them a walking access over here, and then make use of this for more parking. Could put the road down here, definitely have the room. Let's just give more parking lots for the area and sell more vehicles first. The amount of vehicles is going up very slowly, but it is still going up. At some point, however, we will start replacing our own vehicles, and the increase in vehicle amount will be smaller than before. We have 11 dumps right now, so 8 more could be built. And then we would be at the capacity of the distribution office. With 19 dumps and 1 source building, the incinerator itself. That would be the highest amount of buildings we could have per distribution office, to spread out the ash that comes from the incinerator. This will be a lot of construction again. Takes a while. I will start it now. I think our money is fine again. So we should be able to do that. Especially if we do some export of meat each month. I'll have a very good amount of income. Seems like meat production would be viable for a start. That's a lot of profit, I think. I don't think it's going to be as much as coal, but it's getting there. It's pretty close. Might be even similar. We'll see. Like, we can check October for how much money we made with meat versus coal. Would be interesting. I think I'll probably relocate that footpath up here, and then plop down a road that goes through here, maybe? Oh, I guess I could get rid of this parking lot and just leave the footpath and build a road that goes through here. Why not? Give them more parking spaces right now. That'll be almost twice as many parking lots. Maybe we'll need more residential buildings to fill in the holes that will be created by more people being able to own cars, but it shouldn't be that many more. It'll slowly increase. Now I think in Svidava we should be full on cars now. I did move a bunch of them back to the dealer, to the vehicle storage, to have them relocated, because a lot of them were like being parked here inside Carsachstan and not being really used. So hopefully that situation is a bit better now. Still have a few unknown cars here. Maybe we'll have to take care of them every now and then. I really don't think there should be any cars parked here. I doubt you have the loyalty for that. Oh yeah, 2% loyalty is not 75% loyalty. Okay, we will not allow... I really don't want this to fill up with parked vehicles. Let's make sure the secret police in the area operates at full efficiency by allowing more people to move in there. And I guess at some point we'll probably have to relocate these out, because once the owners die, then these cars will not be reassigned, so let's do that right now. Residential building shouldn't take too long in Rzeszów. It's very close. And I also need a settlement for prefab panels, pretty much. They aren't very expensive, the prefab panels, and this building only needs 8 tons of steel. That's like 25,000, 30,000 for the building. That's okay. And all of the other materials except for prefab panels we are making ourselves. Steel also. Steel and prefab panels right now. Still missing. And prefab panels wouldn't be the worst. It would be like the brick factory. Maybe even accessible by vehicle. We have more cars at some point. Well, let's see how much the quality of flat has an impact on happiness. Hello, Sancho. We are currently relocating people into better housing in Rzeszów and seeing if that improves their happiness. Because these flats are very low quality. So my hope is that we can improve that through giving them better housing. Just have to wait for their happiness to recover and then see if that actually improves their happiness. It's right next to the demolition office. 2 more houses to go. Maybe we can have a 4th house now here in parallel. Should be easy to do. Otherwise, not much. We're letting the meat production facility start with its exports. We're going to check if we have enough crops or if we need to expand the farming area with more vehicles. Slowly repaying some loans. Could consolidate those into nice chunky 1 loan less, probably. Let's do that. Yeah, let's leave it at that. For now. Each of these has a heat water tank of 13 cubic meters compared to the 12 cubic meters. 12 for 177 versus 13 for 189. So we get a few extra workers for a little bit more heat water tank. Should still be able to place down 4 residential buildings here. I'm not sure if I'm going to put 4 houses here. I did want to have the ability to maybe build more parking lots in the area and distribute some owned vehicles. We'll see. 3 houses should be enough to run the food factory at a decent capacity. And I don't need to run it at full capacity, I can just place down another food factory somewhere else. It looks like we're not filling this up back to full. Could reduce exports. I think food exports could be stopped now completely. If we still do them. I don't think we do. So last month, coal 260,000, meat 72,000, so coal is still very much the main resource to give us money. And we're up to like 65 workers again, 70, which is close to the ideal amount that we need. I don't think I want to replace all of the buildings. Like, these ones have good quality of flats anyway, if they don't have a lot of wear and tear. These ones all have a decent chunk of wear and tear. But at 4% wear and tear and 94% quality flats is excellent. Did the happiness go up? I mean, the building has been built recently and the people were relocated into the house. So presumably there's still very low happiness. It did come back up to 40, but still need to give it some time. Let's see if it actually made a difference. When I relocated the people with 60% happiness, they were not very happy. Maybe we can fit another smaller building nearby. I still want to use these. I really like those, but if they have even lower quality of flat, they're probably not usable for us. This one would work, I guess. Okay. Last bit of waste. Get rid of that. Wait for the footpaths to be demolished, removed, and then place down the next 1 or 2 residential buildings here, and then we'll put another one in parallel to this side. I have to really relocate all of those out of here. Food production suffers a bit since I had to cut down the amount of population to make sure I could relocate everyone. But it's only a minor problem. If the housing change works as it should, population will recover in this area. Right. There's a diverse amount of waste on these footpaths because there are street lamps and everything. So we'll have metal scrap in addition to construction waste and mixed waste. Probably build it here and then have room for another house on that side. Should be all of them. do you not want to get placed? I don't see a red dot. What's going on? So this way is okay. Oh, I see it. It's up here, underneath the road connection in this area. Not sure why, but that's why we can't place it. Unless we move it a little bit manually. And yeah, I guess we could fit another house in here. Happiness still going up. Hopefully the loyalty stays nice and high. And hopefully this area will actually retain its population now that we improved the houses and shouldn't have the problems anymore from previously. Strakoro is still getting footpath construction done down here. And also scheduled to get a large new residential building in the area. Just because the fire station could probably use a few more workers if something happens. How much are we earning for hazardous waste per month? 126,000. That's fairly good. More than our meat production. It also makes this run all the time and giving us a little bit extra electricity. It's close to our meat production. Very consistent. Now we have to make sure that we have enough crops. Yeah, that won't do. I don't know why you do this. Very strange. Let's use some small fields then, I guess. See if they work better. Oh, one small field. Nope. Not that way. That should work. Giving us a few more fields. I'll add another tractor and harvester. Extra fields. Gotta wait for this road construction to finish and then we can connect the fields up. More road upgrades. Yeah, a few extra fields will help. To deal with the higher consumption through the livestock farm. Two refrigerated trucks seem to be enough for the export. Unemployment too high? Oh, right. People moved in here who don't have the necessary loyalty. So now they can't work. And they would stay here and try to study for all eternity. Well, most of them have the right loyalty, but some of them moved in and then were found out to not have that. And now they're 38 years old, living in a hall of residence at 2.0% basic education, almost done with the university education. 23 students are affected. Not a problem, I guess. What's the average happiness in there? 66, that's okay. That is our overall average happiness right now. This one's already back to 48%, so going up pretty quickly. More vehicles here could cause too many traffic issues. It's already a little bit slow. I think all the parking lots are filled as much as they can be. I mean, there is still room to have more cars in the area. Probably have to assign, if I do more parking lots, have to assign them to another single lane road and then merge them before I put them on the highway, and then use a traffic light there. Just need to make sure so it doesn't run full. If it runs full and the amount of people can't go out on the car anymore, on the road anymore, before new ones show up, we'd be in trouble. Could we get some extra workers in the heating plant maybe, please? No? You all just want to freeze to death, huh? I mean, it's cool and all, but I disagree. Seven workers, so 21 plus 36. Definitely enough for this building to handle. No one should be unemployed. No one's selling anything right now. Why is that? Oh man. Shopping center has highest priority. Bunch of people left because of the cold snap, I think. It wasn't really a cold snap, just not enough people to run this reliably. We'll have to rely on the extra flat of more housing capacity and move some people in to make sure Strakora runs stable. Yeah. Just have to wait for this one to stabilize. Wait for the house to come online and then move in some fresh set of migrants. Get it set up. Could use more alcohol. It's not at 50%. I think our export limit was 50%. If it was lower, then it's fine. Yeah, 50. More alcohol and clothing needed. I also wanted to hook up this heat exchanger to the heating plant, so we could get rid of the pollution from this one, which I think affects this area quite a bit, and it does. So we'll need a large heating pipe here with a heat pumping station, because this is too long. Is it not? Yes, it is. So we'll have a heat pumping station somewhere here. and that will provide enough heating. This will be very expensive, because steel is very expensive. And that's over 130 tons of steel for the pipe, heat exchanger and heat pumping station. But once we have that set up, pollution in Tuscany should go down, because the heating plant can probably then be deactivated. We're below 50% on our loan capacity again, which is good to see. I'll consolidate some more loans. Saving us a little bit extra cash. I hope at some point they make it so that when you repay a loan, you always have to pay the full interest, so you don't have to do this dance with the loans all the time. You wouldn't actually earn anything, and it would be fine letting it run out naturally, or paying it back early, so you don't forget. But this whole money saving scheme feels weird. One of the buildings that is currently being built shall not accept any workers, because I have to relocate them in here, so it doesn't fill up prematurely. But after we've done that, more people can move in, of course. I had to buy a replacement vehicle on the western border. Kinda expensive. Can't do that too often. Now that we have more income, we should probably raise the exports of electricity a bit again. So that more replacement vehicles can be bought if necessary. And maintenance can be done if necessary. Maintenance and vehicle repairs. We will have to get some migrants for this building to stabilize the area before it starts running completely empty. People are leaving here. They have very low happiness and very low life expectancy. Should be quick to build. Just have to wait for the prefab panels to get here and a little bit of steel. And we'll fill it up with migrants. Apparently, the low amount of people that I set out to live there was not enough. But we can make a course correction and change that. Still very few people driving here by car. Still need more parking lots. Need more residential buildings here too. Don't remember what I had here. It was a clinic, right? Yes, that was the room for the clinic. Free up the area. And we also can place some better housing in this area. Have some more people live here. I think I need to make sure that they can walk from the bus stop to the clothing factory. I checked that at the very beginning, and it was possible if I put that in place. So yeah, I think we'll put that there. Don't tell me about heating issues in Slopolatsk. We're running the heating facility with prisoners, and that one should be absolutely problem-free and stable. There should be no problems whatsoever. You can now finally walk to the shopping center, so people can also start moving into this building. You can't reach the university, but you can go through the parking lot into the university. I'll enable passengers and students waiting here, so they can go wherever they need to. It's a little bit of a longer walk. And the ones that can't find any place to study or go do what they want, they can just mingle on the bus platform. And we can take a look what they are missing. Other than electronics, of course. Like praying, electronics, praying, bunch of things. Okay, just 2 more deliveries of prefab panels if they use the large trucks. Looks like they used a mixture of vehicles, so it's a few more. And then we have our new residential building up here. We can relocate some more people in. They are very unhappy. Doing that is probably the wrong idea, but I have to learn. Oh god, they're so stupid. So stupid. They would rather starve to death than work in the shopping center. This is ridiculous. Anyway, we'll have the new building soon. And then we should have enough people that even if we do have too many highly educated work slots, the university students still have to go into other buildings to work, otherwise face unemployment, which they don't like. Probably fill that one up completely. Make sure this area should be rock solid. Especially because we need firefighters here. Oh my god. So basically people started leaving and then started selling things, and people became really unhappy and more people started leaving, so there were fewer people willing to sell things. Because those people have a university education and they don't want to sell things to people. They'd rather starve. Some might say that was poor planning on my side for not giving enough residential flats here. But I say they shouldn't just be like that and just work in the shopping center. At least it doesn't have a roof construction phase, it just finishes with one construction phase to go. Just waiting for a few more prefab panels and maybe another bus full of workers, and we're done. And we're out of prefab panels. Where are they? There they are. Long transportation route. I do need to remove that dirt road. It shouldn't be here anymore. Okay, you know what to do. Go in here, finish that. And we'll see if that has the desired improvement to the area. Apparently 3 housing units were not enough. Now I'm gonna put a big one there, which is more than going to double this. Gather 150 workers, most of which will have regular education, so they will take care of most of the workplaces. And the university educated folk who still live here can do what they would like to do. Yeah, should be fine now. We'll see if that's actually true. School bus route is still happening, but slowed down during winter. Car dealer in Svidava is on fire. Should not be a problem. Structure is up, let's relocate everyone. And then tear down the old flats. And allow people to move in here if they want to. Happiness up to 57%, that's okay. Much better than the old houses. And yeah, population should start growing in general. Should be having fewer people leaving this area. We'll have one additional building, giving us even more production capacity in the food factory, making sure we keep that one filled. And maybe we'll do the same in the distillery area as soon as we've completed the heating. And we can have residential buildings in these areas. Why are we out on mechanical components? I get it. Mechanical components, plastics. That should be everything. Did forget to set that for the new distribution office, so we take out a loan because we're gonna need it as we fill that building back up with mechanical components. Still thinking about the train station next to Stroprani for our iron production and maybe the steel mill. I think I have to figure out how to get the train line out of there and hooked up to another settlement for rail construction. This area up here is very cluttered, I guess. It does work, gives us a lot of money. We have to be really careful with causing problems on this route, I guess. Don't really want that. Yes, Karabadak University Hall of Residence. It's very high unemployment. 22 out of the 39 students cannot do anything because they do have too low loyalty. In my opinion, they should just be kicked out. Automatically. As soon as someone gets found out with too low loyalty, they're gonna be kicked out of the government supplied housing under false pretenses. Okay, start the building demolition. It feels like that goes very quick. I guess it's a few months. People do it by hand. That makes sense. Well, let's see what Strakoro is thinking. They won't be able to do any sport during winter. Didn't give them the sports facility to do so. But anything else should go. And hopefully their happiness comes back. I hope the happiness from no sports facility during winter is not the limiting factor of that settlement. Didn't really want to give it any... Oh wait, do I have monuments? I might have missed monuments in the area. Looks like it. I'll have to give them a monument. Maybe multiple. Or next to the housing area. And one somewhere over here. And that should deal with the loyalty in that area. Maybe that was the root cause, not having any monuments. So any loyalty decrease wasn't really countered by increase. Very likely was the issue, now that I think about it. So monuments are really important. In our situation, where we don't have any radios. Still thinking about reworking this into a bridge. Sometimes the traffic issues look quite distinct. Let's move the fire station over here, free up some space in this area. drop another waste storage in general for this space. Remove that one, if possible. Also drop one here, I guess. That should allow us to clean up the fire station and the waste storage here. We might also be able to relocate the brick storage, but I don't think that's going to be in the way. And then turning the prefab panel road into a bridge will be easier. Because we can get rid of this one. And then we only have this road to worry about. Just, I think a bridge would probably be too short, but we'll see. Maybe we can do something. Or another roundabout. That could also work. You're gonna get replaced. Unless you go to the repair station for one last time. It wouldn't be worth it, but you might try to. At 70%, you are going to get replaced. That's a very busted up repair truck. 40 years of service. Since the start of our republic. Slaving along. Also needed a new vehicle for that one. Parking lot area coming along. Okay, so let's check the first new residential flat in Sejov. 64%, definitely going much higher than the previous one. So yeah, it looks like low residential quality flats are not going to be possible if you don't give them electronics. And that research definitely helped. We should see an increase in population in this area over time. And Strakoro should be fine now. Well, as soon as the monuments come up, I guess. Definitely need to have these. Otherwise, loyalty is gonna go down and down and down, and then they're gonna be in the hole, and people are gonna start leaving. But with a monument, they'll be encouraged to not do so. Traffic issues here. They do have the priority road, but prison buses are coming this way, and sometimes other vehicles slowing them down, but no real traffic issues to speak of just yet. Everything seems to be working reasonably well. And I guess we are going to place down a fourth building. I'm not going to place them like this because of the parking lots that I probably want. Let's shift it over a little bit. That's not exactly where it should be. I'm going to make it symmetrical to the other one that is in this area. Hook it up in the same way. And then we do have the option of more parking lots down here. As soon as we have a good supply of cars, then yeah, just place more vehicles here. Potentially have more people going to the heating plant by themselves. Should be fine. Amount of prisoners is pretty good. Could be higher. They are taking care of our critical infrastructure. I don't want to increase the sentences though. That seems like a slippery slope. Lack of electronics will always probably produce some people who are unhappy and causing crime. So it should just go up and down a little bit. Should be okay. Okay. Got as much housing capacity as previously, plus one extra building to be built. Just need to have like the people move back in. Or a fresh set of people, and then our food production should be fine again. The monument does deal with all residential buildings. And this one deals with the rest. And happiness was on its way up. 64%. So this area should be nice and happy now, comparatively to what else we have. Culture enjoyment is somewhat low. Let's take a peek. See if we can maybe find some areas that could have improvement. You are... should be fine. There's definitely enough capacity here. We are very low. Ah, that residential... oh no, I do have a monument here. It's not the best monument, but there is a monument. Loyalty is really, really low though. Maybe getting the best monuments is actually a necessity. Otherwise we can't keep up. But I feel like if we have natural population growth in our nation, then these areas would get filled up by some extra workers. Just need to make sure that all of our other residential areas are as happy as can be. Run full on people, and then move into new settlements. I probably need another kindergarten, or replace this one with a large one. I think one extra kindergarten is fine. Okay, monuments are almost done. Foundation is completed. And then these housing blocks should have their loyalty increased over time to a reasonable level. Hello Chris, welcome. I will have to take a break in half an hour for today, so this will be a shorter stream. There's some race coming up and I want to do some practice before that. I also want to go back to the leaderboard challenge. Seems like I have stuff to learn. So there's not going to be too much workers and resources today. But we still got some things done. Slowly replacing our housing with better ones. I do need electronics if I want to run poor quality flats. I thought this would set the minimum happiness, but apparently that's not it. Here's some other thing going on. Like without electronics they're definitely in the low happiness rating, but it seems to affect low quality flats even more. So I'm not sure exactly how it works. Maybe if we started in a republic that had a church, we could use that to our advantage for not having electronics. Okay, we're repairing vehicles again. Good. That was a little bit scary, repairing vehicles. Could have piled up to a lot of damaged vehicles that would need replacements, costing us a bunch of money. Similar to the large open hull truck that we had in Brospin, that I didn't repair for the longest time. But now that it's repaired again... Oh. No, did I repair it? I thought I did. Maybe I scrapped it. I don't remember. I know that I moved it up here and waited for a while to get it repaired, but I think that maybe a year passed and it still didn't get repaired. Or I didn't wait long enough. That could also be it. And I got impatient. Incinerator working consistently. We're getting a decent chunk of hazardous waste imports. These storages are slowly emptying out now. Some more dumps will be nice. We can put a row of dumps over here. And then hook the road back into this one so they can loop around if they want to. Or just, I guess, have them here and not do any looping. Place them closer to this road, I could probably fit in the other dumps. But it doesn't need to be perfect. It's perfectly symmetrical here. Four, 6, 7, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. So one extra dump pretty much. And this will take care of the ash removal from our Republic. At some point we will have to have a waste sorting facility to get rid of the construction waste, but right now I'll let it pile up gently in these. There shouldn't be too much. Some of them will slowly start filling up, but it'll take years and years for it to have any noticeable effect. Okay, let's hook up these roads real quick so that we can also use these farms for sowing. These fields, I mean. Definitely better looking houses. Not the most pretty one to look at, but internally they're probably really great. Decent chunk of capacity. We have a hallway. Well, I guess each person has like this much room times this much room. I don't know if they have the whole housing block. But yeah. From a quality of flat standpoint, definitely an improvement. And hopefully this area now actually is sustaining, like self-sustaining in regards to population count. That does limit our options for the buildings that we can use. But if we know that quality of flat is really important, we just can't build these and probably have to research prefab panels a little bit faster. If we do that again. I did want to have some one hall of residence here at least, I think. Not sure if they can have a footpath go along here. Yes, they can. Okay. Definitely can reach everything once the footpath is in place. We have to get more people living in this area. Make sure that the prison has enough staff. I guess we also set up 2 residential flats here to handle things. If they can reach the shopping center, that would be enough. But we can also put a footpath through here, I guess. Or we'll just build more flats over here. Yep, should be no problem. As long as they have water, sewage, heating and electricity, that'll be fine. And give us some more people living in this area. Hopefully making sure the prisons are always staffed. And maybe we'll set up a parking lot area nearby for allowing these people to also work in the vehicle plant. And they would then definitely have to work there, because I would not let them drive out this way. So the only thing they could reach is the heating plant area, plus maybe the brick factory. Heat exchanger and heat pumping station have been built. We'll turn off the Duceni small heating plant and receive our heat from over here now, which should cut down the amount of pollution in the area significantly. Now we only have the distillery to worry about, and that shouldn't make too much pollution, hopefully. And if everything runs well, we can increase the amount of population in this area by a bit. Have some more houses here. If the shopping center can deal with it. Looks like it can. It still has like more than 50% slots for more workers. Nope, we have different houses now. Not sure if we can get a footpath on this road. Nope. That's a little bit annoying. Oh, there's a connection possible here, so maybe we can loop that one around. If we need to go, if we need them to go into that area. think I'm gonna start with like asphalt footpaths in this area. This is not perfectly straight. If I give them one extra click, I can make it a little bit wider, and then the footpath connections shouldn't be a problem anymore. We can just hook them up really easily here. We do have a monument in the area, so we don't need to worry about that. And the extra amount of people here will deal with the shopping center and, most importantly, also the distillery. Because production is getting a little bit low. We'll have to worry about the amount of crops we are producing, probably extending our capacity of the farm through next year or the year after. But that's relatively easy. Just more fields, more vehicles. Just gotta make it look representable and pretty. I'll have to take out another loan soon. Looks like the food production is now dropped so much that we have run out of food inside the warehouse. Need to wait for these buildings to become populated enough. Not sure why you're complaining about unemployment. There's definitely room for you to work here. But yeah, we got 4 buildings now. 33% more workers when everything is populated than before. Should be pretty good. Just gotta wait for the population to come back. We will have to take out a loan to build all of these buildings. I'll just drop one in. It puts us below halfway again, but I don't want to worry about loans right now. Like having to take out loans as soon as we drop below the amount. So, I'll leave it at that. But yeah, as I said, I will have to stop the stream soon. Let me take a look if someone else is streaming, so I can move you over if you want to watch more workers and resources. I don't think I see anyone that I know. A lot of German streamers. Yeah, I don't know. Can't help you this time, I'm afraid. So I think we're gonna end it here. We did some building reconstruction. We did some correction inside some of our settlements like Strakoro, which were running out of population because we forgot about the monuments. But before that I assumed it was related to not having enough workers here in general. But now I think it was just a loyalty issue probably. The buildings might have been enough. Having the extra workers will definitely be useful though. This will make sure that all of these facilities should keep running and we'll have a decent firefighting force. As long as we have enough people stay living there. We expanded our parking lot area in Slopolatsk a little bit. We started expanding our residential area in Slopolatsk. Definitely have to start selling more cars. Still not sure how to do that. If I could move prisoners into the worker slot, that would be best. But maybe they prevent that so prisoners don't accidentally move into the engineering space. If they have a high enough education, I don't know. Or they just don't let them play with sharp implements on the conveyor lines. Yeah. Meat production seems to be a success. We have really good income, even while doing some construction throughout the year. Looking pretty good. Thank you very much for watching. I wish you all a good start to your weekend. I will be back in probably an hour to start my... I'm gonna do some racing. It's gonna be 3 races with reverse grid and it's gonna be chaos, probably. But we'll see. As I said, thank you very much for watching. Have a good start to your weekend, take care, stay hydrated. And as always, maybe I'll see you next time.